You have chosen the absolute strongest march, the absolutely strongest commander, the absolutely best combination. Who is the absolutely strongest commander? And today, guys, we are gonna take a look at which of these commanders and especially pairs are the actual strongest for KVK1. We're gonna do a top 5, but before we go ahead and do a top 5, what's up going, guys? My name is Nico and I welcome you yet to another video. Today, guys, we're gonna take a look at your best pairings, which you said are the absolutely best pairs and commanders for KVK1. Before we go ahead and start and take a look at it, we're gonna take a look at some honorable mentions. Now, the weakest honorable mention, but still a good pair, is Baibars paired with Cao. Do I even have to mention it? It's a free-to-play. It's a very strong free-to-play cavalry march, probably the strongest free-to-play march. But yeah, like Baibars is probably the second strongest epic commander, especially if his expertise. He's absolutely great. Another very honorable mention is our good old friend Minamoto paired with, like I said, Cao. Cao should never be a primary commander. He's a good secondary commander because of his mobility tree, but that's about it. He's not bad, he's not good. In order for him, he needs to be 5'1" and better, and you really don't want to invest that much into him. So yeah. Another honorable mention that what I have seen a lot of times is Richard I with the Adelflat. I mean, this combination does work a lot. It works very good. Richard first has a ton of healing. His first skill provides some reductions and some debuffs, which is always good, and of course some healing. And Adelflat, you will get her for free, so she's always a good support commander, probably one of the best support commanders you can even get in the first at the first point. Her first skill does some AoE damage, which is always pretty good, and of course some debuffs and reductions. Another very strong and this pair almost made it into the list is our good old friend Sun Tzu paired with our good old friend Martel. And to be honest, I'm not quite sure if it shouldn't be Martel paired with Sun Tzu, because Martel as primary works better than Sun Tzu as primary, but both are very strong. Especially Sun Tzu is the strongest epic commander, does a ton of damage, AoE damage to all type of people, so he's always good. And our last honorable mention would be Martel paired with Richard. Why does this work, but why is it not in the top 5? Well, it's too tanky. It does a lot of counterattack damage. It has a lot of tankiness, a lot of healing, but it's not that strong. It's not bad. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at our top 5. Well, let's stay at our Richard I commander, and we pair him with Sun Tzu. It really is a strong pair. It's probably at number 5. I would say number 5 because it really works. Richard I, ton of healing, super good, some reductions, and like I said, Sun Tzu is the best epic commander. If you have him expertise, I mean, he will do so much damage, like huge amount of damage. If you want him to work, Sun Tzu at least on level 40 expertise, and your Richard I 5'1". If you want to invest into Richard I, I would not do that. I would not recommend that. But you can also do 5'1". Besides that, it's not that good. Coming up, number 4 is our good old friend, and in my opinion, the best commander in KVK1, Minamoto. Minamoto paired with our good old friend Baibars. Where is my good friend Baibars? There you go. Well, it's a way stronger combination than Minamoto and Cao, because Minamoto has a lot of single target damage. And what does your Baibars provide you? Well, with AoE damage, and he does a lot of it, and of course has some powerful debuffs and of course some cavalry attack bonuses and some march speed bonuses, which is always pretty strong. You would like to have Baibars expertise if you want to pair him with your Minamoto. Minamoto does not need to be expertise. Minamoto should be, but Minamoto has to be primary. He has to be 5/5. You can do 1/1, and you don't need him as to be expertise. He will do just great as a 5/1/1, 5/5/1/1. I'm sorry. Well, and coming up number 3, and this one was pretty. I thought this one will be number 2, but it came up as a number 3, and it was from you, and that was Richard I paired with our new commander that you probably haven't unlocked yet, but that is YSG. Why is YSG so strong? Well, YSG is really strong. Do I think he's the best archer in KvK1? It depends. If you have him expertise, then absolutely. If you don't have him expertise, you need to invest into him, and I don't recommend that anymore because I don't think he's that strong. His non-expertise AoE skill does 1400 damage, but it's reduced to every new target by 15%, which is a lot. His expertise, however, does 1700 damage, and his last skill provides him 50% bonus. Wow, that is just huge. And the only thing bad about YSG, although he does a lot of damage, he is a glass cannon. So you pair him with a Richard I that has a lot of healing and is a very, very strong commander and tanky commander. And the good thing on your YSG, he does not need to be. He has some archer attack bonus, but you really don't care about that. The only thing you really do care about is his AoE skill and his last skill, or if he's expertise. So you can perfectly pair him with your Richard I, and you have a tanky YSG that does a lot of damage. Coming up second is in my opinion a pretty strong combination too, and that is YSG paired with Tutmosis. We talked about YSG. Why is Tutmosis so strong? He also has some strong, he has some pretty okay AoE, a little less than the YSG, but he has healing reduction by 30%, which is against the Richard I especially a very strong combination, and you will see a lot of Richard I guys in the KvK1. He also has some march speed bonus, archer march speed bonus especially, and your YSG is very slow, so this is a very good one. Archer attack bonus is always good, and some normal damage bonus. Well, this is just outside of territory, but it's still some good damage bonus. His second skill is, in my opinion, you should do 5 if you really want to have probably the strongest Moses you can have is 5. I would say, yeah, I guess you can also do a 5/5, and then you don't need that much the last skill, but the third skill is really good because it provides you with archer defense bonus, and especially that skill damage taken increase is so powerful because YSG does a ton of skill damage, and he buffs himself with a lot of skill damage bonus, and this one would increase the skill damage taken by 15% if you have it on 5. I mean, oh my goodness, that's so good and so huge. His last skill, yeah, I mean, there is some counterattack damage reduction and some direct damage factor. That's not bad. And his expertise, it makes him just a little bit stronger, but it's not necessary to have him expertise. But nevertheless, this is our second strongest march in KvK1, and our strongest march in KvK1 would be, and I've talked about it a lot of times, and you guys agreed with me that it is probably the strongest march. It is our good old friend Minamoto paired with a Mehmet. However, it is important to say, and needless to say, this works only as the strongest march if your Mehmet is a 5/5/1/1 or even more. Those two skills need to be at 5. Your Mehmet needs to be at level 40. or more, and then and only then is this march the strongest, especially if your Minamoto is on level 60 and is a 5-5-1-1, for example, right? This is probably this is absolutely, in my opinion, the strongest, and a lot of people have said that too. Minamoto paired with Mehmet is the strongest march in KVK1. If you agree with me, well, this is it about the video. I think we all can agree that a Mehmet 5-5-1-1 is a very, very decent and strong support commander, especially in the late game. And yeah, this is it about the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, please leave a like. I hope you loved it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And always play Rise of Kingdoms. Goodbye.